Hi, everybody. Hey, before I forget to tell you, it is Thursday evening. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you from the Portland, Oregon, Vancouver, Washington area. I'm going on vacation. We leave this coming weekend and won't be back until the following weekend. So there will likely be no videos this weekend, no videos all of next week. Actually traveling to this is exciting, my mother's 90th birthday party. So, and she's doing fantastic. So we're all looking forward to that. But I wanted to give you a big heads up. No update videos likely this weekend or next week as I'll be on family vacation. What else was I going to tell you? There was something else I was going to tell you. Now I can't remember what it was. Oh, well. Oh, my weather site, portlandweather.com. That's still going to be up and running. It will be set to the automated National Weather Service uplink forecast. And of course, current conditions radar, all of that always available on portlandweather.com. That's my website that I own and operate. Okay. To the left, let's talk about some rain chances. We had some drizzle areas this morning with that dense fog that was pretty widespread. Now it's beautiful out there. And remember, we're tracking a weak weather system overnight tonight into Friday morning. And to the left, radar already picking up a solid batch of rain along the north and central Washington coast. Now, remember, we're going to catch the tail end of this. So most of this rain tonight and tomorrow morning will be north of our region up into Seattle. You'll get some likely rain. And I'll show you what the Futurecast models are showing in a moment. But for the most part, it looks like just a dab for Portland and Salem. Next week's forecast is a bit questionable, and we'll get into it. I think we have a dry start to next week on Monday and Tuesday. What you're looking at here is a pretty impressive low Friday of next week that would give us some likely rain, maybe into the first part of the weekend. There are some other systems that may or may not bring us some rain the mid part of next week. And again, we'll get into that. And also, I'm going to show you the rainfall amounts from yesterday, but the 0.40, 4/10 of an inch of rain that fell at PDX on Thursday, yesterday, mainly in the afternoon, was the most rain for a calendar date since June 2nd. How about that? Wow. Yeah. Okay. Quick shout out to the Momentous Wealth podcast. They are my sponsor. And I understand they just dropped a new podcast, this one entitled Evidence Based Investing. So I'm assuming that's about investing on things that have actually been proven and have happened. I'm assuming. You can listen on Apple Podcast or on Spotify. This is from the local firm Momentous Wealth Management, licensed in both Oregon and Washington. So again, I hope you will check that out. Okay. Let's show you what the latest is on Hurricane Helene real quick, and then we'll get to our local weather. Look at this visible imagery. Bam, look at that eye right there develop. Earlier this morning, after they had flown a reconnaissance aircraft into the center of the storm, it's amazing how they do that. They make several kind of cross passes through the actual hurricane wall. It's amazing what they do. They were finding that the nautical mile diameter of this wall at one point was like 50 miles. That's really wide. Latest report from the Hurricane Center, 125 miles sustained winds, 125-mile sustained winds right around the eye wall of the storm. That is a strong Category 3 storm. If the winds get up to 130 sustained later this evening, it would be briefly a Category 4 storm, and that's still a possibility. So here's what they call the Big Bend area of Florida. Here's the peninsula, the Gulf Coast of Florida, obviously. See how it kind of bends, and then here's the Florida Panhandle. So it's turning to the northeast. So it's in this Big Bend area of Florida where landfall is expected East Coast time tonight, somewhere perhaps around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock tonight, East Coast time. And the biggest threat from this in terms of property and life threatening is probably the storm surge. They're still calling for storm surges up to 20 feet. So that basically means if you're standing on the beach where the tide usually comes in, this would be 20 feet of water from that point upwards. And all of that water, of course, it's not like a wall of water, but it is water that will push inland to surprisingly far distances, producing widespread flooding, property damage, and risk of life in those areas. And then there's still concern of heavy rains of a foot or more up in parts northern Georgia and then up into clipping maybe western North Carolina and into Tennessee tomorrow. So lots going on with what is a strong Category 3 storm right now. It could briefly become a Category 4 storm. All right, let's get local. The rain amounts yesterday, we overachieved. Most of the time, if the weather models say we're going to get this, we get this. But yesterday it was the opposite. The weather model said this, and we got that. 4/10 I mentioned out of PDX, the most for a calendar day since June 2nd. Salem was about the same, 42 100s. Astoria had 82 100s, and that was the wet spot in the state. And I think let me let's see here. I just yeah, there it is. There's the Oregon map, and this is going to play, and I think it's going to pop any moment now and show you the Washington numbers. Yeah, 0.33 in Vancouver, 0.36 in Kelso. Again, all of this courtesy of KGW TV in terms of the maps and the graphics. Okay, well, we cleared out of the fog beautifully today. Gorgeous, all cameras. Notice there are clouds over Tillamook looking south from Gearhart by the Sea Resort. That's the resort, the condo resort up by the McMinimans and the golf course up there. These are increasing clouds from that system that will threaten to bring us rain later tonight. Otherwise, if you look at all the cameras, they're gorgeous, including the Inn at Ottercrest and down in Lincoln County, the Elk Ridge golf course out in the gorge. I mean, it's just gorgeous, 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 right? So nice out there. Temperatures at last check, we're running at 72, 73 in Portland. My forecast high for today, 74. So we seem to be right on track for that. Okay, here's what's going on right now. Here's the rain from that system. Again, this is mostly going to produce measurable precip to our north. There's the wider viewpoint of it. And if you go down here and look at the looping imagery, here's the looping imagery, and here is that system right here. And notice there is some cooler weather behind it, and there's another weather system back here. All of this is mainly connected to weather features that will stay to our north over the weekend. Here's the 500 millibar map, and on the latest frame, 576 millibar contour. Remember, that's the wet, dry line. So we're going to be right there overnight as to whether we get some light rain showers south of the Columbia River or not. Once this passes, again, the flow pattern for the most part in the coming days stays up to our north, and we'll be dry and we'll be comfortable. And after clouds tomorrow morning, and after a rain chance early tomorrow morning, Friday will clear out much like today did and be absolutely gorgeous. Here's that future radar product from the National Blended Model. This is this afternoon at 5 o'clock. This matches what the radar is showing, so we know that's true. Here is overnight tonight. Definitely showing some rain in Astoria and down through Tillamook. Decent chance of rain up in Kelso, Longview. Here is 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. So this is early. And then now notice most of the rain is gone. This does show some rain in Portland, Troutdale, maybe down through Aurora that may or may not come true. And again, that's 5 a.m. Now here we are later in the morning, we're completely dry, and then we stay that dry. So again, if you're traveling early tomorrow morning, good chance of finding some showers driving up towards Seattle. Again, here's that 5 o'clock hour. That's about the time everything really starts to weaken, and there's just not much there, okay? And then we go dry. So I think Portland, maybe we get a trace or 0.01 or 0.02 hundredths. Maybe we get nothing at all. Similar situations potentially, I guess, for Salem. Okay. Here's a quick look at the flow pattern map. This is the European 500 millibar, 18,000 foot map this afternoon. Here's that low, and notice that low stays well to our north. So again, we're going to either get clipped by the southern tail of it or nothing at all. And then here we are into the weekend. Now this is Saturday, and then there's a trough offshore, and then that kind of passes us going into Sunday. So there could be some periods of cloudiness at some point over the weekend, but most of the time it looks like we'll be mostly sunny with rain chances staying to our north and daytime highs up into the 70s. This is the ridging taking place on Monday. Upper level high is strong out in the Pacific. That's why I'm saying Monday's an 80-degree day right there. But then fairly quickly, the ridge flattens. So let me show you what I mean by that. See the ridging? Notice the arcing of the contours. This is Monday. Now notice Tuesday. Notice how the contours that were ridging and arcing now go flat and zonal. They kind of lay down. That's flattening of the ridge. But here's where the action is, still up to our north on Tuesday. Here we are Wednesday. Now models ultimately have been all over the place. The earliest next week, some models have shown a rain chance is Wednesday. And for now, I'm going to hang on to that just because of the inconsistency of what I'm seeing. Now, here is the updated European model showing not much Friday, but a system sitting offshore Saturday, maybe clipping us Sunday of next week. And then there we are Monday the 7th, maybe some warm weather. Here's a stronger system coming in maybe Friday the 11th and the weekend of Saturday the 12th. So you get the idea that we're going to have several rain chances for the month of October. October to me looks like we're probably going to have some decent rainfall. I don't know if we're going to get up over 3 inches, which would be normal. I kind of think odds are favoring us being a little bit below normal, but I don't see a lot of days in the 80s like we had 2 years ago. I see a lot of days in the 60s and 70s, a lot of dry time with some decent rainfall. And you saw how spread out those troughs were. It's like there were several days of nothing, and then a weather system threatens, and then several days of nothing, and a weather system threatens. That's kind of the way it looks all the way through around the 20th day of October. Okay, let's see if I can refresh this. Is it going to refresh? No, okay. 84 down in Medford. 87 the high tomorrow, Saturday, 82 Sunday, all dry and mostly in the 80s. 88 next Tuesday in Medford. Okay. It's a pretty simple forecast. There's Bend. 80 tomorrow, gorgeous weather. 86 Saturday, 71 Sunday. There's some cooling. Remember, there's that trough offshore Saturday night. There's a warming in the Tuesday and then some cooler weather the mid part of next week, but no reasonable rain chance up there whatsoever. Now, Seattle, I've got to think that they have the chance of a rain shower early in the morning and then clearing out 66. There's a chance of rain in Seattle getting into midweek. Remember that if anything in the coming week to 10 days, there will be more rain chances northward up into Washington and better rain chances than what we will see in the Seattle 7-day forecast kind of alludes to that. Let's go down to Newport. Let's see here. 67 tomorrow, 64 Saturday, rain chances Tuesday, Thursday of next week. Temperatures generally in the 60s. Let's see if North Bend is about the same. Just drier, but in the 60s. Pretty good looking forecast right there. Again, this is my Northwest Cities forecast page, which you can find on my app. Search Portland Weather in the App Store. And of course, my weather site here, portlandweather.com. Here's Eugene. Let's see here. Mainly 70s, all dry. Here's Salem. Shower chance early in the morning, gradual clearing, sunny on Saturday, mostly sunny weekend, mostly 70s. Really nice stuff. Okay. Here's my 7-day for Portland. And again, this is the last one that I will do until I get back from vacation. Starting tomorrow, this will be set on the National Weather Service's automated forecast product. But for now, these are my numbers. 74 tomorrow, pretty much what we had today. Early shower chance with cloudiness, clearing in the afternoon. Could be some clouds at some point this weekend. And if anything, maybe one of these days are cooler than 73. But overall, I think it's pretty nice weather and a good chance of hitting 70 both days. Monday's warmer, 82. Clouds increase Tuesday. And then we may or may not see a shower threat next Wednesday or Thursday. But remember, that's when the models have been inconsistent. So for now, I am looking for the chance of some showers the mid part of next week and then certainly going into that weekend. Okay. All right. Well, subscribe if you haven't. That helps me out. Again, I will not be here this weekend or next week. I'll be on vacation, so it will be a little while before you see another update from me. Thanks for supporting my work, and I'll talk to you soon.